Hello and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I'm your hostess. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and we're back to do the latest episode of the download, which is a general reading. Doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are. It matters that you're in harmony with these energies of love and peace and happiness. And so, if you found this message, there's definitely something here for you. And if you're new, we want to welcome you to the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. Love having you every time. And want to thank you all for your new subscriptions and notification, as well as everybody who's here giving this video a thumbs up because it helps YouTube algorithm to spread the message. So remember that you're responsible for the choices that you make, and so responsibly. And if the messages resonate, feel free to pick them up and run with them. If they don't, leave them where you found them. There'll be plenty of you who will feel like this is a personal reading and everything seems to apply. So we're going to begin the message with a oracle card from the creation of my grandson, the P&Q Oracle. What is the message today for the tribe of love and peace and happiness? So thankful and grateful to be of service. There's our card for today. What do we have? Ooh. Okay, cool. This is Princeton's drawing. Okay, so this one's from P. It says Princeton's a baby in a stroller, and Q is crawling with mommy at the zoo. So this both of the boys at the zoo. But what I see is somebody who's both pushing energy and pulling energy along. I see 3 clouds up in the sky. That's indicating that there's some sort of, I'm hearing the word confusion about moving these energies. I feel like maybe even about, I'm hearing the connection. Ooh, okay. What I just saw was as you're pushing one energy forward and another is being still dragged along, you're wondering to yourself, what's the connection in this? Why are these still intersecting? Why are these energies still intersecting? So we're going to dig deeper and see what that's about. But let's go ahead and go to our words of clarity for love, peace, and happiness today. And we have 2 cards pulling out. I'm being told to keep them both. So our first one for love we have is insight, inner sight, wisdom, visualization. And for peace today we have expression. There's something that's ect and it's pressing, ions, matter, atoms, okay. And energy with the E. Okay, for happiness, what do we have today as our word of clarity for happiness? Thank you. Youth, 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 youth. Okay, perfect. The bottom of the deck is reminiscent. Didn't we? Was it yesterday we had it? When did we just had this word come out recently, and it was in the place of love. Today we have reminiscent coming out at the bottom of the deck. So reminiscent, there's a reminder here. There's something that's familiar in this energy. Insight, expression, youth. I feel like it's important for you to take the wisdom that you have and either speak to the youth about it. For someone, yeah, there's definitely the energy of speaking to the youth. I'm gonna put that back. We didn't get a good shuffle in yet. And then also expression in youth would be like doing something, speaking from the heart in a place that honors your inner child regarding something that's been on your heart since you were a child. I feel like somebody's being drawn intuitively to go and do something that has been part of your passion since childhood. From the download oracle, fireworks. And the words say, every day is appreciated, every moment is savored. Once the vision is initiated, fulfillment is sure, for I am highly favored. So there's the energy here of something that's been come up in you since you were a little wee one. Something that stayed with you since your childhood. Something that's been a vision that you've been seeing, maybe since your mother was pushing you in a carriage, or since you were crawling and you didn't know how this was going to come through. Well, apparently it's coming through some expression, creative talent, or ability that you've carried with you since youth. So let's see what flashcard is here for today's message, please and thank you. What's the flashcard message for today? That's the one. Okay, we have two. There it is. The octagon, pink octagon, 8 sides. That's a momentum of energy, but the color pink speaking to inner child again, inner child coming through very strong. And the zebra is the balance and the contrast. So it's like, it's also the fulfillment of the alphabet. So I'm getting with that card that there is a balance and a fulfillment. The zebra letter Z is the last of the alphabet. So it's like something is in its final phase. And for some, this is about, I'm hearing an energy that you've been holding on to since you were a kid that is counterproductive to the attainment of this goal, this desire, this wish that you instituted since you were a little wee one. A little wee one. Who says the word wee a lot? Because it's like wee, but not wee as in small, as in a child. Yeah, I don't usually say that. So for somebody, that's something that you frequently say, and you'll find specific resonance in the message for you today if this is you. So let's see what's our overall guidance for tribe at this time from the Published Words of Clarity deck. Okay, we have peace. Love this card. So peace. And we have, interesting, because what I'm seeing in this peace card is these are all the, with the rainbow coloring there, it's the chakras. Okay, the bottom of the deck is overstanding because you have a higher level of awareness in this situation. That's important here in this higher level of awareness that you have about your childhood goals, about a passion that you've been feeling about. I'm hearing feeling about that you've been reaching for fulfillment within since you were very young. Okay, so today we're gonna work with the Muse Tarot as well as the Light Seers Tarot to see what the message is going to reveal for us. Okay. So I was given a new spread. I downloaded a new spread while I showered this morning, and it's called the Victory Spread. So we'll be pulling cards for that. So let's see what else Spirit wants to reveal. Okay. Somebody here, you have 2 children now, and so your hands are kind of full. There's somebody specific here. You have 2 children now. Your hands are kind of full. But you're having a lot of wisdom about how to blend everything you have going on in your life at this time for your benefit, for the benefit of these children. I also feel like there's the energy of having a happy attitude, a smile on your face as you're moving forward in your plan, as you're moving forward with your responsibilities, your duties, your obligations, as well as the things that fulfill you personally. So you're choosing to, I'm hearing, remain connected to 2 energies. For somebody, this isn't about children, but this is about an energy that's new that's coming in, as well as an energy that's old that is kind of, it's either still with you, it's more mature. Here we go. It's more mature. That's what we want to say. It's been with you longer, and so this one energy is more mature, one energy is newer. It's kind of like my nail business has been around for a lot longer than the doing of the tarot readings, but I'm carrying them both forward with me. So for somebody, there's that energy here. I also feel like I hear you're bridging the gap between the old and the new right now. And everything, somebody feels like everything is very dependent on you. I also feel like this has so much to do with your vision, because in the download oracle, as well as in the place of love, we have vision coming out with both of those. So again, this has a lot to do with your vision. And I do feel like this is related to a plan of yours. Okay. A plan for fulfillment that you're moving forward in. Okay. Oops. So let's see what we have coming out of the decks. Our first card is the Queen of Materials. The second is the World Cosmos. The third is the Five of Materials. The fourth is the Queen of Voices. And the bottom of the deck there is the Two of Voices. Now I'll go ahead and pull from the Light Seers Tarot as well. So let's see. What victory is at hand is our first position. And with the Queen of Pentacles there, this is about raising your value, honoring your value, and creating material abundance for yourself, being very important in this. I also feel like, again, the energy for somebody very strongly of motherhood, being the best mother that you can, of being a provider. And I definitely see entrepreneurship here. I see somebody here who is receiving a gift as well, a physical gift. Somebody's going to be getting a gift of some money. Somebody will be gifted some money to help you in your endeavors. I see that here. Let's see. What's the next vital move? The next vital move is to reach out and put your message, your business, your plan out to the world. With the world being there, that's the final phase. So again, there's that energy there of it's the final countdown. You're at the final phase in something here. So your next vital move is to take the win, take the win, and receive the gift. And I hear where it relates to a product, good, service, a movement that you're creating, putting it out to the world, where it relates to your family and children. I feel like you want to be very well-rounded in the way that you're training them, bringing them up. In other words, some people I hear very focused in one area, one aspect. They're saying make sure you focus evenly on different aspects. So what they're showing me is, yeah, you can nurture and coddle the child, but you also have to, childhood is a great time to begin to teach independent living skills while they still have you there to guide them. And so teaching independent living skills, teaching your children skills that will help them to survive in the world. And somebody says, but my kids are so little. Okay, well, start with little things like cleaning up after themselves or cleaning up in the house. There are certain skills that they'll need to be successful in this life that will make it easier for them. Okay, so teaching them, your kids are a little bit older, you start teaching them how to wash their own laundry and how to cook and clean for themselves. So interesting, because those are very basic skills that are coming up for today. I also feel like with the Nine of Wands underneath this Queen of Materials here, I feel like the victory at hand for you has a lot to do with crossing that final threshold. I'm getting crossing the final threshold, okay? Crossing the final threshold into that abundance. I feel like if there's one final step, what is that final step? That's what I'm gonna ask with this deck here. What is that final step? Because the Nine of Wands says you're just about at the end of something. You're wrapping something up. The Queen of Materials says this is for your abundance. This is for your prosperity. This is for your family, your home, your health. Okay. So let's see what is the energy of this final step that needs to be taken. What is the energy? Okay. All right. So here's the thing. The next position there is what is the next vital move? Okay. So we have the World and the Four of Wands in the next vital move. It's saying you have to start new things, but it requires the letting go of something here to have that next vital move. That Three of Swords there. Why is this Queen of Materials and Nine of Wands here as far as what victory is at hand? What's the victory at hand? Show me why this Queen of Materials and Nine of Wands is here. Three of Wands. Okay. So it's like you've done all that you really can physically, taken all the action. You know that things are going to work out, and you've aligned yourself to let that. It's like the final piece is like you put your order in for everything that you needed to do. You already showed up and did your part. Now you have to kind of let everything else put itself into place. So you have to let everything else fall into place. So it's like, my nail shop is up running, the licensing is there, the furniture is in place, the spot is ready to go. We just got to let the clients roll in now. Is that kind of energy? It's like you have your restaurant ready to go, and you know your menu is in order. You've got your cooks, you've got your service staff, and there's some customers coming in, but you know that it's going to even grow even bigger, and so you have to allow it to come together. You have to allow the rest of the co-creative components. So it's like just waiting for the word to get out there. Once the neighborhood starts to get a taste of that good cooking you got going on, once the neighborhood starts to see, hey, there's a hot new nail shop right there. Once these things begin to happen, it's kind of going to just snowball on its own, I hear. Okay. So let's see. The next position we have is what supportive influence is here now. We have the 5 of materials and the Queen of Cups. It's saying somebody is very much feeling like they have a need. In other words, there's an energy here of see a need, feel a need. And I also feel like what it is there's a need for nurturing. There's a need for, especially as it pertains to children and family, there's a need for nurturing. And then there's some things that they need to learn how to be more hands-on. There's some things where it pertains to children, because children came up very early in this message, where they need some support. They need to feel loved and nurtured and safe to let you know how they truly feel. And I feel like for someone, I feel like there's some children around 10 or something like that. There's some confusion going on with them. Okay, keep all 3. We have the Hermit, the 5 of Swords, and the Moon. I feel like we're dealing with some children here who are dealing with the separation. There's been a separation of the parents, and there's some children here who are feeling very emotional, confused. They're feeling some loss in this, and I feel like they need to talk about some of their feelings. They have a lot of emotions going on within them that they need to talk about. Thank you for your 10 euro donation. Leave it in the comments and I'll definitely get to you. Anybody else who's sending your donation in to get your mini reading today, please definitely put your comments in the question box or with your donation if there's a comment there so I can find it quickly and get to your answers. Okay, so as it applies to business, what you need to remember is that there are a lot of people out there who need your services. They're looking for what you have to offer, and they will find it. It's like reaching out and touching them. They're being drawn in. They're being magnetized towards you. Be ready for them to be revealed. Who are them? The clients, the customers. I feel like there's going to be some really good reviews coming up for you, because some people have really had a difficult time of finding a satisfactory service. They've been disappointed with what they had. They've been looking and waiting for somebody to come in and offer the type of service, the type of environment they want. Somebody's favorite restaurant closed down during COVID, and they're still looking for a new favorite restaurant to replace it with. This is somebody who used to very much, it's like they were like a 5 out of 7 days a week at the same restaurant, and they've been looking for another place that feels, I hear, like home. They're going to find that place that feels like home. Okay. And this is like, I met a lady the other day and I said, are you married to your nail tech? And she's like, no. I was like, well, do you want to get married? And it's like that. Some people are partaking, especially as it pertains to business. They're partaking of some services they're not really fully committed to, because they're not as impressed as they would hope to be in, or like they feel like they could have been. And so they're open to look, and what they're looking for is what you have to offer. Now, let's see. What must you remember to complete this victory? Queen of Voices and Temperance. Well, you have to remember that they're going to reach out to you. So you got to be ready to answer those phone calls. You got to be patient. And patient is allowing for divine timing to coalesce and bring together all the co-creative components. So there's that energy here of allowing for spirit to bring everything into you and not feeling like you have to go chase. Because if you feel like you have to go chase, then what's happening is you're embracing an energy of lack. So yes, you put things into place, but we never go chase. We allow and we attract. Okay. Temperance is also to bring this victory. What you need to remember is that you have support of spirit on your side. So you could always send spirit to do your bidding. So if you need some assistance, some guidance, if you like, you feel like there's a specific need or something that would be advantageous or whatever. It's just like the other day we were doing the show, and as I was preparing for the show, I was like, oh, I would love to have some new clients today. And do you know, I did. I found one new client, and I had 2 unexpected clients that day, and it did really well for me. And so, you know, there's this calling to spirit, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll be cool. I could use 2 more for today. That'd be fine. You know, and so there's that energy of allowing spirit to draw it in. But here's the thing. Okay, thank you very much. They're saying you got to explain when to go general and when to be specific. So you're trying so hard to make something happen. You're trying so hard to make something happen because it's just not happening. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. Spirit says this is not the time to be specific. Before you go specific on any type of vision or creation that you would like to materialize, it is so vital that you are in that love frequency. You've got to be in the love frequency. So let's say you're looking to manifest the lottery, just for example. You're looking to manifest the lottery. Well, it would not be advantageous to do this in an energy of what you need and what you would like, what you need and what you would like to have that for. They're saying, what do you have that evokes the energy of love within you? So say you have a beautiful little puppy dog, and you just love your little puppy dog, and every time you walk in the house, the puppy be wagging his little tail, all cute, looking at you, just wagging his tail, and, oh, I love you, daddy, I love you, mama, whatever. You know how puppies do, right? So let's say you have this cute little puppy that you just love. The best time to do manifestation work like this, visualization work like this, would be when you're in that frequency of love. So when you're feeling so high because you're like loving your puppy, or like me, I could sit up here and stare at my nails and be like, oh my God, I love my nails. And by the point of getting, oh my God, I love my nails, this is a perfect time where I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I love my nails. I love what I have. I'm so thankful and grateful for all the money you hidden in my account. I'm so thankful and grateful for all the clients that appreciate my work. You know, that's the way you, so it's about being in the higher frequency first. And love is the key. Love is the frequency that attracts. It's been published over and over again. It's like the one, there's more truth in the television than there is in the news. There's more truth in movies and shows than there is in the news. And one of the things, the movie, The Wrinkle in Time, the man is trying to figure out how to transport himself interdimensionally. And as he taps into it, he's like, love is a frequency. And at that moment where he first transports interdimensionally, he's looking at his wife holding his newborn child, and he's in such an energy of love. For me, one of the big focal points that I have of love is my grandchildren and these babies. I love them so much, and they just love me. So, you know, it's having that energy of love before you go trying to cast a spell, manifest. I don't know, some of y'all work candle, all these different things, but even if it's just a visualization, which is my favorite preferred way to work, because I like remembering that I am the power. These crystals I wear, these tarot cards, none of that stuff is power. So my preferred way is through the thought process. So getting in that vibration of love before you make any requests, before you try to focus your energy on anything, because when you're saying, I want this, I need this, you're going to create more wanting and more needing. When you're saying, I'm lacking here, you're going to create more lacking here. So it's about what you have. When you're in the mind frame of having, of gratitude, what is gratitude? It's appreciation for the having that you have. So those are the greater attractive energies. And they're saying it really does benefit you to go more general with it. Do some research. If you feel like you've been working in visualization, creative visualization, manifestation, or attracting certain situations and circumstances for yourself, then you feel like you've been having some challenges and you keep getting more not having. I do recommend Abraham Hicks with some of her grid work. So if you look up Abraham Hicks and grid work, Abraham Hicks will give you great skills at going general. In other words, it's about the feeling and generating that feeling inside. And that love feeling matches the vibration of the attainment of these things that you think you want. And the thing of it is, the having of these things is all about that feeling. I hear, I feel good. I knew that I would now. And that's the thing. You want what you want because you know it's going to feel better. And so the cheat in this is to feel better now and feel that feeling of it and just watch all the stuff that comes in that matches that feeling. Okay. Somebody is like, yeah, okay, I believe it when I see it. Well, see, that from that mentality, you won't see it. If you got that, I believe it when I see it mentality, and that's your attitude towards it, trust and believe that you will see a whole lot of stuff, but you won't understand that what you're seeing is a whole lot of sarcastic and lack mentality, because that's where your energy sits. And so it'll take you a while maybe to see that over and over again. It depends on how quickly you pick up on this, okay? All right. So let's get clarifiers over this. What I must remember to complete this victory is the Temperance and the Queen of Voices. And we have the Seven of Wands, which says you got to be persistent and remember that you are preferred. You have an advantageous position. And see this Temperance energy? Here's the thing with both of these cards. This is about the mind. This is about accepting. This is about learning. This is about knowing and applying your knowing. And then in the Temperance card, this is about emotional mastery and creating through the power of emotions. So neither of those has to do with your physical action. But now the clarifier says, keep doing this. Keep doing this. This is about action. So what are you doing? It's not that you're doing nothing. It's that you're using your emotional power and your mental abilities in the most advantageous way. Keep doing this. Persist in this, okay? The bottom of the deck is what is being replaced by this victory. So there's something that you're replacing with this victory here that's here for abundance and for nurturing and for wealth and for the final countdown. Okay, the final phase. What you are replacing, Two of Voice. I hear inactivity, indecisiveness and inactivity. So I get the energy here where like somebody's about to make a huge decision that they've been holding off on. They've been waiting on this. The Eight of Cups, moving forward towards your wish fulfillment and having to walk away from things. So here we have somebody who is moving from a resistant energy and a repellent energy and I don't want to energy into I got what I need and I'm getting more of it. Somebody who is knowing that, hey, it requires starting new things and remembering to, as you're starting these new things and you're letting go of things that are no longer part of your new growth cycle, that sometimes letting go of some of that stuff, it will bring up these feelings of hurt because you formed a lot of attachments to it. But I feel like, you need to understand that your intuition is here to support you. You're very intuitive and it's showing you what you need to let go of, because what your intuition is showing you is where the counterproductive energies are. And I feel like these are energies that have been with you since your youth. And so, like I said, you're changing the way because you feel figuring out that how to savor each moment. You're figuring out that your vision must come to completion, right? Because you are highly favored, but you're doing this by sitting in the energy of appreciation for where you're at, and you're staying focused on the vision. And while spirit and your life circumstances are showing you what needs to shift within your focus and your awareness, you do the work to refocus your mind. And so when the doubtful thoughts come up, you're like, never mind, I'm not going to think about that. That is counterproductive. Instead, I'm going to go over here and think about petting my puppy again. Or I'm going to stare at my nails some more, because you know that the fulfillment you're looking for feels more like this than it does like where your head was going a minute ago. So if you stayed focused on where your head was going a minute ago, you know that what you're attracting, what you're manifesting, what you're creating in the situation is going to match that feeling, and you're looking for something that's going to match this feeling of appreciation, which apparently your puppy or my nails or whatever is going to help you feel that energy stronger. Okay, the bottom of the clarifying deck, what is being replaced? Again, stagnancy, feeling stuck. Okay, and there is interesting. So there is the energy of anywhere where you felt stuck, indecisive, or like you just feeling like just walking away, is because you were seeking greater clarity. And I hear, unbeknownst to you, your intuition was guiding you through this the whole time. Like your intuition was completely guiding you the whole time. I'm gonna get the feels out and see what feels benefit tribe to align with this victory. What's the feels that tribe should focus on to align with this victory? Okay, what's the feels that tribe? Thank you. Here it is. Here we go. By following the example you have shown, I've become a happier, kinder, more authentic me, humble. This is about sitting in your authenticity, being kinder, becoming happier and more authentic with yourself is so important, okay? If there is something that must be released in order to allow this victory, what is the feels that must be released? In other words, let go of, we're replacing this with that, okay? So this is what we're going to institute. What we're replacing, what is being replaced by that is this right here. So the old way, what we need to stop doing, what we need to just ignore this right here. What's the feels that needs to be released, not brought into the picture anymore? Somebody, I mean, there's been a feeling that has been resisting, disallowing this opportunity for victory that's at hand. What is it? There are too many pieces of missing information in your story. I don't feel like I have the whole truth. Okay, intuitive. Now here's the thing. So we need to replace this with this, okay? And this is being happier and kinder and more authentic. This is feeling like I don't know. So we got the I don't knows, feeling like there's missing information, okay? Replacing that with just forget about what you know and what you think you don't know, because you don't know what you know. But in the place of being a happier, kinder, more authentic person, what you're going to find is the knowing will come in that vibration. And I hear just leave that phrase alone. I don't know. You should never utter those words together again. Okay. All right. So that's what we have for the general. Let me get into these messages. I saw Lee coming through first, and then I will go ahead and check my phone and see if we have who else we have to do mini readings for today. Lee, thank you for your 10 euros. Lee asks, what is the next best step for me to bring harmony into my life? And they're showing me the Soul's Journey lesson card. So I'm going to dig this deck out of here. Hold on one second, baby. So Lee is ready for more harmony in her life. So what's the next best step? I love that question. What a great way, because there's always a next best step, right? And once we know the next best step, then we could take that step in that direction. So let's see for Lee, please and thank you. Oh, they said get these cards up out the way. Okay, we'll do that. One moment, please, and thank you. So today's general message, how'd you feel about it? How does it apply for you? For you, is it business, family? What is the application of that you working on manifesting something from your childhood? You're seeing both sides of it, seeing the contrast, finding balance. The old is still there, but the new is coming in. Interesting the way that whole thing is playing out. So what's the next best step for Lee to create harmony in her life? Please and thank you. Next best step for Lee. All right. Ooh, envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges, and loneliness is at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm hearing for you, Lee, is there's a need to address anywhere where you feel like somebody's got it better than you. I feel like you feel very set apart, like you feel very much like you're on your own. I hear that you feel very much like you're on your own. And I feel like you're like wishing that you had the supportive elements that others do. I'm going to also pull you a message to go with this from the Prism Oracle, which is a new deck. I just received this for my birthday. So I'm going to use this intuitively and see what we have to add to your message. So I'll be pulling a card here for you. Let's see what is the next best step. Clarify this envy card. Thank you. Coming right out. We have trust. Okay, trust. So next best step. Okay, they said to pull an actual tarot card now as well. So let me go ahead and do that. The rejection is at the bottom of the deck here. So yes, loneliness is here because, you know, you feel like you're alone on your own. Rejection is here because you feel like you don't feel accepted. You feel like, why don't I get a yes answer? Why don't the people just accept me? Why am I not? Where's my support at? Well, Spirit says, you know, you're sitting a little bit in an energy that is envious of the support that others have. It's like, why do they have it so easy and I have to work so hard? Why do they get all the support and I have to do this by myself? How come nobody's here to help me? And how come everybody else got love and I don't got love, type of thing like that? So what's needed here? Address the envy issues. I feel like there's some that you haven't admitted to yourself. Trust in everything coming together. That there are some areas that seem blocked and where you're being redirected is intentional, okay? What the rejection is God's protection and redirection. We already know that, don't we, baby? And so the thing of it is, you have to trust in the guidance of your heart. And anywhere where somebody seems to have more of what you know you deserve, we need to address that and really understand that. Okay, so what they're showing me, I'm going to just give you a little experience because they're saying this is going to teach you better than my words that I'm using right now, which is this. I had a conversation with my grandmother once. I always felt like my grandmother didn't love me like she loved my cousins. I felt like she did more for my cousins. She threw them birthday parties and stuff. I don't ever remember my grandmother even attending one of mine. So for a long time, I was very envious of her relationship to my cousins. And I tried to assert myself and insert myself into her heart, into her life, into her experience. That didn't necessarily work. At some point, I realized I had this download. The Spirit showed, even way back then, that, you know what? It's okay because your cousins, they needed all that extra support from grandma that you didn't need. Look at their lives. Look at their choices. They needed grandma to be there for them, and you've been just fine without it. So don't you worry about what they have that is not what you have, because what you have is what you needed. And what you had is the opportunity to become independent and stable on your own and not need somebody to come in and support you. You learn to trust in yourself. You learn to be self-reliable. Very important, okay? Now, the Three of Wands and the Seven of Swords is here. Again, this is saying trust in the divine plan and wait on the divine plan. And it's like you have to trust that you're always doing what you need to do, because the got to take a dump urge is definitely being followed for you. So when you have it, you go. When you don't have it, you wait. And that's okay. In other words, you're tired of waiting. The Seven of Pentacles is at the bottom of that. You're tired of waiting for something to change. You're tired of, so that it's that you're not staying in the present moment. Plain and simple. If I give it to you the whole answer in one statement, you're not staying in the present moment. You're feeling like you're missing something because they've got it now and they've got it now and I want it now, but it's not now. And that it's not now is the problem. What do you have right now? It's about being in the now and more focus and gratitude and wholeness in right now. That's where the harmony comes in, because if you're doing that, now you're trusting in the divine plan. Now you're trusting in the divine timing. Now you're knowing that it will be revealed as the more you stay in this field. Okay, that's what we have. Whew. Lee, yours got a little bit deep, baby. I think a lot of people needed that message. I know that was specifically for you, but I feel like your message is going to benefit many. So I'm going to check my phone and see who else is ready to get their personal mini message today. So thankful and grateful to be of service. Sorry, my daughter sent me a message here. Let me see. Okay. Nope, not sorry. They said, stop apologizing. You're not sorry. I just told this to somebody yesterday. You are not sorry. Stop saying you sorry. You might apologize where there's a need to apologize, but what I got to apologize for? I'm sitting up here offering and donating my time. I could answer my daughter a text message if I want to, right? Exactly. I definitely ain't sorry. Ain't even a need to apologize what I hear. So somebody here keeps saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Stop it. You are not sorry. Okay? You can apologize where it's necessary, where it's fitting, where you've actually done something, but you haven't done nothing to be apologetic about. You're good, baby. Somebody needs to know that. Okay. Woo-wee. I hope your message really helped you. Tina says, why am I petting my dog now? OMG, I love you. I love you too, baby. It looks like we're complete for today. I am coming back with our Aries tribe full-length reading. And then after that, I'll be doing all zodiac signs for the Sexcapades. That is definitely 18 and over because of the decks that I'm using. Boy, they risque, but it's going to be fun. So make sure you stay tuned and tapped and turned on. If you want to get notifications for any of those things, now is the perfect time to follow the directions in the facts. Hit me up on the text so I can send you those links if you need them. And other than that, I'm going to reset, take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. Is in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. And thank you, Septina, for your beautiful moderating. So thank you. So thank you.